up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video I'm sharing another build in the world of Chestnut Ridge, which is the world that came with the brand new Horse Ranch expansion pack. Well, I mean, yeah, it's still brand new, but it came out about 2 weeks ago now, and I can't lie, I'm still very much obsessed with building in this world. It's always like this for me when it comes to new worlds and new packs, because I don't know, I always get so inspired with new worlds and I just can't leave. Like, I want to keep building here forever, and I know that it will pass. Like, it's just a phase, it will pass. I will build in other worlds soon again, I promise, but it's always like this. Like I said, I just get so inspired when we get new worlds, and it's so fun to you know, try out different styles of homes and just like get out of my comfort zone a little bit. So yeah, I've just been really enjoying Horse Ranch. And like I said, it's been out for about 2 weeks now. So let me know if you got the pack. Are you enjoying it? What are your thoughts? Because I know a lot of people were very skeptical, myself included, when it first came out about the gameplay and stuff. But build-wise, I have been enjoying this pack a lot. I think it's really pretty. I love all the stuff that came with this pack, including the world. And I don't know, I've just, like I said, been feeling super inspired. But if you got the pack, let me know your thoughts. I've also been trying to do some gameplay over on Twitch. I actually did also build this house over on Twitch for the most part, so that was a lot of fun to do this with the community, basically, like with the chat there. It's always so fun to like get suggestions and kind of like build together. But I have also been doing some gameplay with the Horse Ranch pack specifically over on Twitch as well, and I've been really enjoying it. Like, it's so much fun to make money off of training horses. When you train them, they become worth more money, and then you can sell them again. You can have baby horses, you can have little foals and sell those. You can make nectar and sell that. Like, you gotta have a lot of patience with the nectar though, because you want to store it for a bit. You want to have it sit there and just like age properly, and then you can sell it for a lot of money. So it's actually really fun. So I've been really enjoying that, and especially the horse riding, I think is just so much fun. I think the animations are so well done, and it's so fun to watch my sim just like ride the horse and like train them and like train together and win matches or competitions and stuff. Like, it's so fun. Like, I've just been thoroughly enjoying this pack, and yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised. I want to say that, because like I said, I was also a little bit skeptical about the gameplay and stuff and like the in-depth of it all. And I of course haven't really done that much gameplay. I have only like basically like done the basics and just been really enjoying that. But I have really been enjoying it, so that is worth something. And then for the build buy, like I said, I think it's really pretty. And the world is so much fun. I want to build here forever. I'm also planning a build in a different world now though, so I will be uploading some builds in different worlds, of course, soon again as well, which is good. So yeah, as you can see, you can kind of see the exterior of this house come together. It is a little one-story ranch, though it does have a little basement for nectar storage purposes, like I discussed, or like I talked about a little bit earlier as well. So you can store your nectar in a basement here, because if you actually store it in a basement, then the nectar becomes better quality, I believe. You can have it sit there and like age in the basement, and then it becomes better quality and you get more money for it, and that's actually that's actually a really good perk. And then there's this old man that kind of buys your nectar out by the grocery store in Chestnut Ridge, which I think is also such a cool feature. So for my gameplay that I've been doing on Twitch, like I said, I've been really trying to store my nectar and have it sit there and age, and then I sell it to the man, and you get a lot of money for it, even though your nectar is like poor quality at the beginning, of course. It's good to still sell it to him, because then it's actually worth quite a bit, especially if it's fully like properly aged. It's actually worth a lot of simoleons, so it's a really fun way to make money, I feel. But yeah, as you can see, this little house has a shed with a horse stable on the lot as well, because I've been really trying to do that for all of my builds here, except for the restaurant. That one did not have stables, but I really want to try and include stables so you can at least have like a horse on your lot here living with you. This is only a 30 by 20 lot though, so I didn't really have a bunch of space for like an enclosure for the horse outside basically, but I do have this little outdoor space attached to the stable for the horse, as you can see, and then there's a lot of space around the lot here, of course, as well, where you can just ride around and stuff. But I feel like this is a nice enclosure. It's not the biggest, but it's cool. It makes sense. I feel like it looks really nice. And then for the house, you can see that I painted it red, which was something I knew I wanted to do from the get-go. Red is actually a color that intimidates me a little bit. I don't use it a lot. It's not my favorite color in the world. I tend to not be able to make it look good when it comes to houses or anything else, actually. Me and red, it's just not a great combination. But we did get a new siding with this pack, and I feel like the red tone of the siding for this specific wallpaper is just really pretty. And I also feel like a red barn or a red ranch inspired type of a build is such a classic. Like, I had to do it for this pack at some point. So I actually found this really cute house on Pinterest that I based the facade of the house off of, basically. And that house was red, so I decided to go with that. Like, I chose the red siding and then I combined it with white details, so white windows, white doors, white columns, to basically just not go too wild with different wood tones and stuff, but really focus on the red, and then just combine it with some black and white and also some gray. There is this little bump out on the side of the house where I used some brick because I always like to mix and match my exterior wallpapers, because if I only go with one texture for the whole thing, I don't know, I feel like it looks a little bit repeated. I don't really know what the proper term is to use for what I'm trying to say here, but I just, I don't know. I enjoy mixing and matching different textures to kind of like make the build a little bit more interesting looking. So that's what I did for this one as well, but it's mostly red. There's only this tiny little bump out that I turned into the bathroom that is brick on the exterior. So yeah, I think it turned out really cool. So for this house, you can see we have a large front porch where we have the front door, and then there is a smaller porch as well that kind of leads you into the mudroom and then into the kitchen. So I really like the layout for this house as well. I feel like it came together very, very easily. I was, like I said, working off of a reference picture that did have a floor plan planned out, so I tried to go off of that. But whenever you try to copy floor plans of real life houses or plans that you find on Pinterest that aren't meant for The Sims, basically that aren't based off of The Sims size, proportions and stuff, it's always a little bit difficult to copy it one-on-one. You can, obviously, but usually the size proportions, like I said, will be a little bit different. Rooms will be a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller than they're supposed to be when you look at the floor plan, for example. So I did follow that floor plan somewhat. I did make some changes to it, like I said. We added a basement and stuff, but I feel like still the floor plan just came together quite naturally, and we end up having 2 bedrooms in the house. They're pretty spacious bedrooms, so I actually turned one of the bedrooms into a parent's bedroom that also functions as an office, so there's a full-on desk with a computer and stuff in there. And then the other bedroom is a shared kids bedroom with bunk beds. So this house has space for 4 Sims, 1 horse, and then I also placed stuff for a dog, for a small dog that is. I think I placed 1 or 2 dog beds in the house as well somewhere, and they're both small dog beds. Because the big dog beds are just so big, like they're so difficult to just place in your house and like have enough space for everything. So I decided to go for a small dog bed because the house itself is actually not that big. It's also because of the way I did the floor plan, because we do, for example, have quite a spacious mudroom and then also a quite spacious bathroom. So you could easily take away some space from those rooms and like add it to the kitchen and then the living room, for example, or there's definitely ways to make it feel a little bit more spacious, I think. But I was actually really enjoying the more closed off look and feel for this house so that it feels a little bit more cozy and a little bit less modern, if that makes sense. That's basically what I was trying to go for. But here you can see we have the shed with the horse stable in it, and I like to combine the stables with the nectar making. I don't know, that probably doesn't make any sense. I don't think you would really want to sit like in this stable where the horse sleeps and eats and poops basically, and then you're also in that same area. Of course the horse is in a stable, like in its enclosure, but I don't know if you would want to make the nectar in the same room. I don't know, maybe not, but to me it just kind of feels like I don't know, it just makes sense to me for some reason. Maybe that's weird, but it's just nice that you have like something to fill up the space with and make it more functional, as opposed to having only like a stable in there. You can now also have like some skill building in there. I mean, you could do more skill building. You could put like the woodworking bench in here if you wanted to, or an easel or something, but I don't know. I keep choosing the nectar making thingy and like I put it in the stable. I don't know, maybe it's weird. Let me know what you do, but I feel like it looks cute. So for The Sims, it makes sense. Like obviously for The Sims, it doesn't matter. There's also a little radio in here, so you can listen to the radio while you're cleaning out the stable or making your nectar, or I don't know, grooming your horse, stuff like that. I feel like that is just really, really cute. And then because we have nectar making, I also decided to go for a little bit of a gardening area outside. So I put down some planter boxes that I filled with apple trees from the debug menu. So if you are if you choose to download this house off the gallery, you will have some apple trees ready to go for you as well, which I feel like is nice. I think they're fully grown and good quality as well, so that's nice. But if you don't want to cheat it, obviously you can just go through and delete them and plant your own trees or plants or whatever you want to do with the gardening boxes, of course. And yeah, for the rest, you can really see the exterior come together. Like I said, it's only a 30 by 20 lot, so we didn't have a huge amount of space, but I feel like I utilized the space pretty well. We did manage to fill up the entire lot, basically. So that is nice, and I feel like there's quite a few activities to do here as well. There are a couple more things you can place, like you could do a chess table somewhere or like an easel somewhere. You will have the space for that easily throughout this house. But here for the front porch is quite spacious, so I really wanted to go for the classic rocking chair on the front porch type of a look, because that just goes so well with this world, I feel, and it was just a perfect thing to do for this house as well. So we have some cute rocking chairs, and then off of the mudroom, you can kind of see that at first for the kitchen. I didn't close it off immediately, but as I was furnishing the kitchen, I realized, okay, this kitchen dining is huge, so I'm going to just close it off and add a mudroom to it with a laundry machine. And what I did was only a laundry machine, like only a washer, no dryer. I thought that would be fun because we also have a really small porch off of the dining room at the back of the house where I placed a clothesline, which is undercover. So I think it's going to be so much fun, and it would add a lot to the gameplay if you just did laundry here, but you can't like throw it in the dryer and have it dry that way. No, you need to go out to the back porch and hang your laundry, and then it needs to dry before it's dry, basically, like if that makes sense. I thought that would be so fun. I personally am not used to dryers at all. I have never owned a dryer in my life ever. I mean, maybe that is the opposite side of things, but like I'm so not used to having a dryer. Like I'm used to only being able to hang my laundry. So to me, it's actually very realistic having to hang the laundry to dry instead of just like pulling it or putting it in the dryer. So I thought for this house it would be fun to only have the washer and no dryer. But yeah, you can obviously add it. You could just stack a dryer on top of the washer and you're good to go for gameplay purposes. But I don't know, I thought it'd be fun to not do that this time. But you can see that we have moved on to the interior of the house, and for the floor plan, when you walk through the front door, you basically walk straight into the living room. This is not a limited pack build. For my previous builds that I did with this, or ever since this pack came out, basically my previous horse ranch builds, were all pretty much limited pack. My first build was only base game and the new pack. The second one was the new pack, cats and dogs, and cottage living, I believe. And then I also did a restaurant after that one. That wasn't necessarily limited pack build, but ended up using not all that many packs anyway, so that was good. And then for this one, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go crazy, like old school, not care about the packs that I'm using and just go crazy and place whatever things I want to do. And that was a lot of fun because this way I finally could use my beloved hanging plant from the plant kit, and also the bookcases that we got with the book nook kit, which I thought was so much fun as well. And then this beautiful china cabinet from the Jungle Adventure kit or pack that I use a lot, but I feel like it goes so well with this style of house, or like with the style of furniture that we got with the horse ranch pack. And then this beautiful broken mirror from the basement kit, like stuff like that. It was so much fun to just kind of use all the items that I normally use the heck out of, basically. and like see if I could combine it in a little ranch build like this one with the new pack. So that was actually a lot of fun for me to do. That being said, this house does use a lot of packs, so that is maybe a little bit annoying if you want to download it off the gallery. But most of the packs I used for the interior. Like the exterior, I feel like isn't that bad. It's mostly the new pack and base game. And then I used some debug plants from Cottage Living as well, because I finally remembered. I know I talked about this before in a previous build. I think also one of my horse ranch builds. I keep forgetting that we have those beautiful rose bushes from the Cottage Living pack in the debug menu, and I keep forgetting that they exist, but I keep wanting to use them because I feel like those rose bushes are so pretty combined with these ranch type builds. I've been really itching to use them, so I was actually very happy that I remembered them for this build, and I used a lot of red rose bushes to basically complement the exterior of the house as well. I thought that was a lot of fun. But yeah, for the rest, the exterior is mostly base game in the new pack, so I feel like that should be pretty easy to download. And then the stable itself as well, I think is mostly the new pack as well. So I feel like that's a bonus. But then for the rest, for the interior, I definitely did use a lot of packs. So there is that. But here you can see we are getting started on the kitchen, and the kitchen is pretty spacious. You can see that we have a door leading into the bathroom off of the kitchen as well, but I did end up closing off the kitchen right by the fridge, basically. You'll see it once we get to it. But I like the layout of the kitchen. I think it turned out really, really, really well. I also really like the colors that I used in here. It's very neutral as opposed to the exterior of the house, of course. And then what I decided to do, mostly here in the kitchen, but already in the living room a little bit as well, is I used some blue. And I feel like the dark blue color that we got with the horse ranch pack is really pretty, and I feel like it looks kind of nice combined with the red exterior. I know blue and red maybe aren't really colors that you would necessarily combine, but I feel like because of the like shade of blue and the shade of red, I feel like they go together pretty well. They are not that vibrant. I mean, they're vibrant, but it's like they're sort of muted in a way. I don't really know how else to explain it, but I just really like them together. Not directly, but I kind of like it in The Sims when my exterior color scheme and the interior color scheme flow together in a certain way. Like, it doesn't need to be perfect, but it's nice on the eyes if it just like, because of the way you're hovering over the build when you're playing, it's nice on the eyes, basically, if the color schemes for the exterior and the interior kind of flow together in a way, sort of, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's always what I kind of try to establish anyway, and I feel like it turned out well for this one as well. But here you can see I closed off the kitchen and I placed a little archway, and then I also made sure to place a bowl for the dog. And I basically just went crazy with clutter in here. So one thing that we got with this new pack that I'm obsessed with is the little stackable plates. I keep forgetting them because for one, they're brand new, and two, they're not in the clutter menu. Like, they're not in the decorations menu. They are in the surfaces, miscellaneous surfaces menu, I believe, which is the last place I'd look for a little stack of plates. So I feel like it could be great if they could put it in the miscellaneous decorations as well. But one thing I didn't know, I wasn't aware of, is I knew you could stack the plates, but it totally didn't cross my mind to try and slot different things to the plates other than just more plates. So what I did was I slotted a little cup from the is it Everyday Clutter they came with? I think so. The Everyday Clutter kit that came with the single cups, basically. I was able to slot that to the table, and then I also slotted the plates from Snowy Escape to the plates from Horse Ranch, which is so cool, because then you have like a stack of different plates, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's honestly, it's the little things that made me happy. But I remember, like I said, I was building this on stream, and we kind of figured it out on stream, and we were like, oh my god, this is our definition of fun, you know, like stacking cups to plates. It was perfect. It made me so, so happy in the moment, and it's a neat little trick. Like, if it hadn't crossed your mind either, like it hadn't crossed mine, you can obviously slot more stuff to the plates other than just the plates. So that is something that that basically made my day when I tried it and I saw that it worked. But here you can see we have the little mudroom off of the kitchen where I basically placed a singular laundry machine, as you can see, and then I cluttered up the space with some services like the little towel rack situation or like the storage cabinet from the new pack, and I combined it with the shelf. And there's a little side table next to it. I basically tried to make this look very cluttered and a little bit messy, and like the furniture is just like kind of shoved in there because they need storage and services basically over here by the dryer. And then on the other side we have some more counter space. I also placed the hand wash tub thingy in here so that you could use that for laundry as well. Maybe if your laundry machine breaks, or if you want to just do it by hand because you think it's fun. I think that would be quite a fun little addition. I don't think I've ever had my Sims do the laundry by hand, but placing that little tub situation makes me really want to try it sometime. So I definitely think I should try that sometime. I think it'd be so cozy and wholesome. But here you can see off of the mudroom, we have the one bathroom of this house. And the bathroom took me a little bit of time to figure out the layout, which I know is random, but this bathroom, as you can see, is pretty spacious. And I'm not used to doing spacious bathrooms. My bathrooms are always 3x2 tiles and just like a shower tub combo on one side, a sink, toilet on the other side, a little rug in the middle, and there's that. Basically, that's always what I do when it comes to bathrooms. But this one is a little bit more spacious, so I had to figure out a way to make it look cozy. I was so close to closing off one tile like in the corner with a platform like I always do if I want a room to have a little bit more shape, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do it this time. We're going to utilize the space. So I ended up going for a shower tub combo anyway, but then I basically hid another one of those little towel racks or storage cabinets. I don't really know what the proper term for that is. Basically the little decorative shelf with the towels in it. I placed that behind the shower tub combo for like some hidden storage, and I think that just turned out really, really nice. And we have a sink in there and a toilet, of course, as well. So the bathroom is really nothing special, but I thought I'd share with you that it's a little bit bigger than my bathrooms normally are. And then over here on this side of the house, we have the parents' bedroom, which is quite spacious. It has a full-on office space situation in there as well, with a desk and a computer and things. And at first I was a little bit struggling with the color scheme in here. Like, I didn't know what to do. And then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go for the dark blue wallpaper, the base game one. I'm using, most of the wallpapers I'm using in here in this house, I think, are the base game recolors. And then for the kids' room, I used one from Cottage Living with a fun print. But I'm still obsessed with the wallpaper, the recolored wallpapers from the base game. Like, they're so pretty. And this dark blue one is definitely my favorite. And since I was already using some blue for a lot of details in this house, I thought, you know what, let's just take the blue wallpaper. Again, I know I've been overusing it, but like I said, I'm obsessed with it and I can't stop using it. So I used it here in the parents' room, and I feel like it combines really well with this darker, like really light wood tone that I used for the most part, like for the furniture and also for the flooring. It's such a fresh color combination. I don't really know how else to explain it, but I feel like it looks really crisp. And the dark blue wallpaper just kind of gives this space a little bit more character, if you will. And then I also really like it combined with this tan, these tan curtains from the Cats and Dogs. Are they Cats and Dogs, or are they Get Famous? I think they're Cats and Dogs, right? I really like those curtains anyway. I think the color is really pretty, and it just looks, it like warms up the space a little bit, because with the blue wallpaper and the light wood colors, it gets a little bit cool toned in here, if that makes sense. So the tan curtains really add a little bit of warmth to the space, if you will. But yeah, here you can see I added a desk and I cluttered it up with some knickknacks, and we have a nice reading chair in the corner, and of course also a dresser and stuff. And I also put a little dog bed in the bedroom as well. We have one in the living room and then one in the bedroom. I can kind of imagine the little dog following the Sims around, and at nighttime sleeping in the bedroom, and during the daytime sleeping in the living room. I could kind of see that being a thing, which I think is so cute. And then here we have the kids' bedroom, which, like I said, I used a wallpaper from the Cottage Living pack because I wanted to add a little bit of playfulness to this room. So I decided to go for this fun patterned wallpaper, and we have some mismatched bedding, as you can see. What I always try to do for the bunk beds is I want to make the wood tones match, but I also want to use like different bedding for each bed to make it not look too matchy-matchy. So that's what I did. We got this color for the, like this darker wood tone with two different sets of sheets. And the sheep one that I use for the lower bunk is definitely my favorite. It's so cute. And then the one I use for the top bunk is also a lot of fun, but it's definitely a little bit more mismatched with more bright colors on it. But I still think it's really pretty. And then for the rest, for this room, I wanted there to be a bunch of space to play for the kids. So we have a little activity crafting table behind the bed. And then for the rest, we just have this little chair and then some toys as well. We have a toy box and a Blarfy, and that's actually all I have for them. There's no monkey jungle bars or anything on this lot because I just didn't have the space for it. But I think if you really wanted to have some more toys for the kids or some more outdoor play stuff, it's very easy to add because you could obviously like make space for the monkey jungle bars or a swing set, for example. I tried it off camera, but I just didn't really like how it cluttered up the lot for like screenshot purposes. Which, I mean, is a little bit dumb, maybe. It's a little bit silly, but yeah, screenshots are important to me. So I decided not to place anything on the outside for the children. But you could obviously easily go ahead and add something if you want to. And then here we have a tiny little basement with a bunch of storage for nectar. I was really imagining these people making the majority of their money off of nectar making. So it makes sense. They probably have like a nectar business. And so they have a lot of their nectar probably stored in the basement as well. And yeah, for the rest, here you can see I tried to place a grill as well because I really like that grill and how it looks. So I found a spot for it to add it. And then for the exterior, I also placed this little picnic bench, as you can see, to kind of have a spot for them to eat outside. But that's basically it. So let's jump in the game and I'll show you the house in real time. So here we have the house in the game. I feel like the facade is so cozy and inviting, especially with the little horse just hanging out here at the front of the stable. Look how cute he is. He's just hanging out. I think it's so adorable. And the horse can obviously go inside if it pleases to do so, which I think is really nice. And then here in the stable, like I said, we also have the nectar making and yeah, just some knickknacks, some storage, which I think is cute. And over here by the stables, we have some planter boxes and some apple trees. The quality is normal, so I don't know. I think that makes sense. Oh, I hadn't even really noticed, but my game is in fall right now. Ooh, I love the lighting in fall. I think it's only day 1 of 14. Yeah, so the trees haven't really changed color, but the sunlight is hitting the house so nicely, and I love the fall. Oh my god, I can't wait. That's a very random side note. I know it's literally the start of August right now, but I am ready for fall pumpkins, leaves, sweaters. It is literally cold here now, so I am ready for fall, okay? But that is just a little random side note. So over here we have the front door of the house, the front porch, where we have some cute rocking chairs. You can just kind of sit there and overlook the town, which this would be your view. Oh, that's actually a lot of fun. You can just see the townies or like the villagers kind of bumbling around here in the city center or in the town center. That's really cute. Okay, but then when you go inside, this is the living room space you kind of just enter into. We have a rocking chair, also some cross stitching over here, a small TV, and a fireplace with some bookcases around it. I am not sure if this is going to be a fire hazard or not when it comes to gameplay. I mean, maybe just try it out or never turn on the fireplace. That's obviously also a possibility. And then back here we have a little entryway space with some storage for coats and shoes and umbrellas, a mirror, and this little cabinet. We also have a fish, so that's cute. There's no fish in here yet. Oh, there's a fish in there now. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's cute. Look at it. Oh, we have a fish now. That's adorable. Okay. Well, when you go this way, there is a little hallway space leading you either down into the basement or into the bedrooms or into the kitchen dining. So this is quite a spacious area and I feel like it looks really cozy. I think this is my favorite room of the build. So over here we have the kitchen, as you can see, with some bar stools as well, and just your fully functional kitchen. And oh my god, let me just share my excitement with you again over the cup that I placed on top of the stackable plates, and the plates that I placed on top of the stackable plates. Look at that. Isn't that so fun? That's the stuff that makes me happy. And then over on this side, we have the dining table. There was a decoration in this cabinet, but it deleted itself, so that's sad. And then we have a sliding door over here that leads you to the back porch where we have space to hang the laundry. So that's a lot of fun. And we have a little dog bowl over here as well. And then over here is the mud room that leads you back outside. And then we also have an outdoor bin here. But in the mudroom, there is space for laundry, storage, and some more storage over here as well. And then the hand wash laundry tub. I don't really know what to call that. And then off of the mudroom is the spacious bathroom, which I also feel like turned out pretty cozy. I used some blue in here as well, as you can see, for the sink. So that's fun. And then for the rest, it is just a nice, spacious, and functional bathroom. But then moving on to this side of the house, this is where we have the bedrooms. So this is the parents' bedroom slash office space. They have a desk in here, a reading chair, and some storage for clothes, of course, as well. I like the dresser combined with this like hanging clothes type of a storage shelf. And then over here is their bed, of course, with some nightstands. Really cozy. And then over here on this side is the children's room. I'm in love with the bunk beds and obsessed with this sheep sheet situation. I want this in real life. I'm not even kidding. That's adorable. So they have a nightstand with some knickknacks, an activity table over here, and of course a dresser as well, and then just a ton of space to play on the floor here as well. But that is basically it for this build. So this small red ranch is up on the gallery. Like I said, this is not a limited pack build by any means. I used a bunch of packs and kits, so I'm so sorry about that, but I was having a lot of fun with it, so I feel like that's important too. It comes in at just under 70,000 simoleons. So is it bad? I don't know. I can't tell at this point, but I feel like it's a pretty regular price range for my builds. And it has 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, and I built it on a 30 by 20 in the town center of Chestnut Ridge. So if you want to place it in your game, then that is where it goes. But that is going to do it for today's video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download it off the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and on TikTok if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so, and if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/Simmary Sims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!